What's up, everybody? My name is Chris Mohead, a.k.a. Rob Savage, a.k.a. Robbie Sunflower. And we're here again with another episode of 600 Seconds with HYLO Art. Y'all clap it up, 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 clap it up. And real quick, before we get started, I just want to make sure we say like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, you know, show support. Because today we got a very, very, very special guest in the building who goes by the name of...
KEVIN STAGGERS.
Y'all clap it up for KEVIN STAGGERS. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, doing good.
It's great to have you here, man. I need you to look at that camera right there and let the people know what it is that you do.
All right. Well, my name is KEVIN STAGGERS, and I am a content creator. And particularly, I work on photography, videography, and me and my friends do a podcast called The Hilltop Glove, where we speak with different creatives and entrepreneurs here in the Carolinas and beyond.
Okay. How'd you get started?
Ooh, long story. Originally, I started out as a producer. That's how I got into like the creative side of things.
Producer as in?
Beat maker.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of people who've known me for like several years. That's how they generally know me. They know me as a producer, and I used to do things like I was really involved with like different like local like beat battles and competitions and stuff.
Okay, yeah, awesome. Who are some of your biggest influences?
Like locally, it's interesting. I would go start with locally. Locally, I'm influenced just by a lot of people who do like create events or do things to bring people together. So one of my biggest influences is a local artist that's well known here by the name of Fat Rat Desire.
I'm aware. I know Fat Rat. Yeah.
So he's sort of like a big brother, like a mentor to me when it comes to a lot of stuff.
Oh, wow, man. That's great.
Yep.
That's great. KEVIN STAGGERS, is that your real name?
Yeah, that's my government name.
No
I don't got
name.
no.
What made you go with that? Go that route?
Oh, because nobody has that name. A lot of people don't have that name. At least Staggers. That's the kind of name that just stands out. So I just kind of go with it.
Yeah. Trust me, I know. Tell us about the Hilltop Glove podcast.
All right. So the Hilltop Glove was something that it didn't necessarily start by accident. It kind of started by circumstance, and it kind of grew from there. So. Of course, everything in everything with 2020 with the pandemic happened. But prior to that, I was working with another group of people, a friend of mine by the name of Eric Tyndall, along with another gentleman worked with named Terrence Jones and Tamaya Allen, and some other folk we worked with, including Carolina X, Sylvia Darlene. We started working on this project called BeatCon, and BeatCon was actually created by Eric, but what it was an opportunity for local producers to get together and network with each other and have what we call producer sessions, where we got to play beats for each other, share like tips and advice on how to better promote yourself, how to sell your music. And when he was doing that, I eventually came in and I met him and I was like, hey, back in the day we used to do beat battles, and maybe we can bring that to the table, because that was something that was needed in the community. And so we took the original idea, actually from Love, Peace, and Hip Hop. So hip hop, before they did Love, Peace, and Hip Hop, they did Hip Hop Family Day. They had Nonstop Hip Hop Live, and they would do these Beat Street beat battles at Brooklyn Tavern over in West Columbia. So the thing was just really awesome about those events was it was one of those few things that happened hip-hop wise at that time in the city of Columbia, where you had people from all over the city would come out and support it. So it wasn't like it was just folk that might hang out more or less downtown, or folk who might hang out more or less like in the Northeast. It was something everybody came to and participated in. It was just a beautiful thing.
Okay. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So you got you have big plans for the entire Columbia music scene. Can you tell us about some of those plans?
So one of the things that we're working on, and I guess this is kind of following up with the second question.
Yeah.
One of the things we learned just from 2020 was when we started doing the podcast, it was a way for us to connect with people and to have conversations with people we normally wanted to have conversations with, but we never could because we'd be in passing or we'd be at events and stuff like that. So we really couldn't talk. And so we were like, with everything kind of slowed down and shut down, we were like, let's start having conversations with people. Let's start having like the conversations we want to have, the questions we want to ask them. We can actually ask them, because guess what? They aren't doing anything, just like we aren't doing anything.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's essentially what happened. We just started from there.
Okay. You've interviewed a lot of people. Do you have any favorite ones?
Oh, well, to be honest, all of them are my favorite. But I will say the ones that probably surprised me the most were the ones we did not think we would have the opportunity to speak with. So one that really surprised me was one we did a couple weeks ago with Nada Rutherford, the local coroner here at Richland County.
Yeah.
Very amazing, very down to earth.
Yeah.
Like I tell, like that's probably like been one of like the biggest surprises out of everyone we interviewed. And as a matter of fact, we were talking with her about the project we're working on. She's going to be helping us support us with that in the next couple weeks. And then I would think if I go back to season 1, like when we first started, I would probably say the most surprising from that season probably would be our favorite would probably be Crush Rush. You know Crush Rush?
I'm not aware. Put me on.
So Crush is well, Crush is a local photographer here in Columbia, and he shoots just about everything. But particularly, he does a lot of things around, like I guess you would say, like current events and lifestyle. And he specializes in photojournalism. And so we had a really in-depth conversation with him in regards to just like, and it was right after the election. So we got to talk a lot about what happened with like January the 6th, just like all that stuff. But then he was able to tie all that into what he sees on a daily basis and how that played out with the way we view news, how we need to go about supporting our local newspapers, supporting actual journalism and stuff like that. That one was really amazing.
Awesome, man. Awesome. What current projects are you working on now?
I work on a lot of stuff. But currently, we're finishing up with season 2 of the podcast. In addition to that, I'm actually working with a local artist by the name of Beats by Young, Buddy Rogers. We're actually doing a project where it's going to be a 3-song EP, and I produced the songs, and I'm going to be directing and producing the music videos as well. So it's going to be a story that we're going to be putting together based off of this project, and so that's going to be coming out pretty soon. Awesome.
A little bit off of business right now.
Mm-hmm.
What we like to ask everyone, what's your favorite movie of all time?
Juice. I don't even. That's a Juice.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Juice. If you could work with one creative, dead or alive, who would that be? Biggie.
Biggie.
Before I even get the question out there.
No. Yeah, I only got it.
Legend. Easy. While we sitting here, man, do you have any advice for anybody out there watching that maybe wants to be in a similar position to where you are?
You know what I got to say, and I always got to be honest about this. Know your limitations. Because a lot of times as creatives, and I have this conversation, and this is part of why we start the podcast too, a lot of the problems that we kind of have is we feel like we can take on everything and we can put the whole world on our shoulders and, oh, I don't got nobody to do this for me, don't worry, I'll go on YouTube and I'll know how to learn it, I'll know how to do this by next week, right? While that's great and all, that's admirable, sometimes you just got to take the time out and not do nothing. Like, even with the podcast, like with what we're currently working on now, there's days where I'll be looking at an episode and I know I got to sit and I got to edit it, or somebody on our team has to sit and edit it, and we'll be like, you know what, F it, we aren't going to edit it. We're just going to chill out. You got to take that time and realize you can't do everything.
Right, because you don't want to put out a poor product.
That's it.
Yeah.
You always got to be looking out for your mental health when it comes to that and stress.
Absolutely. Is there anything that I didn't touch on that you would like to let people know?
Really? The music thing. Let me talk about my shirt. So, this past weekend, I was at Soda City Market, and I met this guy by the name of Robert Sadler. Robert Sadler has a brand called Raisin Zane. It's a brand he started with his family. In particular, I believe it's his daughter. And they make clothes specifically like promoting like positive, like fatherhood, males being in the house, fathers being in the house with their children, like role models and all. It's dope. Like I said, it's a dope shirt. He has a whole bunch of stuff. Check him out. He's at Raisin Zane on Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, let the people know in the camera. What's the name again?
It's Raisin Zane, and that is ZANE at Raisin Zane. They're on Instagram. Got pictures of all his work, all dope drip. Check them out.
Man, awesome. Do you have any more final shout outs?
No, like I said, because I could be talking all day about people to shout out. Of course, when I see them, I'll talk to them. If y'all want to follow us, of course, we're at Hilltop Glove. We're always looking to work with people. We're always looking to collaborate with people. One of the things we do, in addition to our own podcast, is we actually do production as well. So all of us, we actually edit and we've helped produce podcasts. So that's something that we do as a team. And so if anybody's needing help with that, we can work with them, help them out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate you coming through and talking
Appreciate
to me.
it.
Y'all clap it up for Kevin Staggers.
Yeah, you couldn't wait for me. I couldn't get it together. Try to get it together. You couldn't wait for me. I couldn't get it together. Go find you one better. A serious